Morning, y'all. I'm at my daughter's swim practice today. Getting back to this. She's been swimming for, I think, since she was like 4. So, like 7 years, something like that. Yeah, so this has been my summer mornings for a long time now. Anyway, okay, Jay wanted to know about how do you pick like a genre for the song that you're writing? That's an interesting question because it actually comes up. It does come up. Like when you're writing, you're like, do I want this to be like just an acoustic ballad, or do I want this to be, should this be more of a rock song, or should I make this just a reggae song, or should I mix it up, you know? You sort of just go with like, I don't know, what you're feeling at that moment. And I just kind of go, well, you know, I feel like this should be like a full band song. This song's awesome, or whatever. I feel like I really like this song. So I'll write the song with the band in mind. So that just means ripping guitars usually, or like a good reggae skank or something, like a good groove. And then other songs, like with Meaningful, I was just like, I toyed with the idea of having like, you know, maybe some percussion or something to kind of drive it. But I was like, yeah, you know what? I think just being acoustic is probably the move here. Same thing with Close to Me back in 2008. Well, no, it's 2006. That's right. It was when I wrote it. We put it out on this little compilation. To me, it just felt like an acoustic song. It really is just about the vibe, honestly. And that's just how music is. Especially these days, like with Spotify, like there's like 5,000 subgenres or something, like something ridiculous. And really, music is just all about vibe these days. It's not so much about genre, you know. And there's plenty of like artists out there that are crossing over multiple genres. And I mean, look at Post Malone. You know, he's in his country phase right now, and you know, started out with the hip hop stuff, and then he kind of transition to like more ballads and you know, pop rock, and then like just alternative, and then they just, you know, it's just all over the place. So that might not work for everybody because, you know, people come to expect a certain sound from you, you know, and it's been challenging for me because I like to write all kinds of different things, and I get frustrated because like we'll put out like a punk rock song and it doesn't do as well as like the reggae songs. And while I'm stoked that people love the reggae stuff, I love rocking out. I love playing pop punk, but it is what it is, right? So I think people have come to know us as like the, you know, I call it beach rock. But for those who don't know, it's like reggae, rock, punk, like kind of mixed all together. You know, just this whole thing that Sublime started back in the 90s. There's a bunch of bands that have, you know, just grown from that seed there. Kind of getting off track, but yeah, so you just go with the vibe of what you're feeling at that moment when you're writing a song. I will say what's great about, you know, the streaming model, you know, there's plenty of things that are weird about the streaming model, but it really has enabled a lot of, I'd say a lot more creativity, a lot more experimentation. Just write the song, right? Just write the song how you feel it needs to be presented. Like this is my original intention for this song, so you put it out. So maybe it is a rock song, right? But you can always come back later and drop an acoustic version of that song, or a hip hop remix, or something. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to stay that way. The one thing about doing that is that typically what I've found for us, we've remade some old songs in the past. We're currently remaking an old song right now, actually, that we plan to drop this summer. But what I found is that like, if it's not a new song, it doesn't get as much play as a brand new song does. I think like hardcore fans love it, but fans that maybe have already heard the song just might not, you know, go in because it's an old ass song. You just gave it some new paint, right? Now, I guess if you do the new version a really cool, interesting way, that connects. I guess there's something to be said about that. Anything's possible, but don't let that deter you. These are just like things that I've noticed. And maybe we just haven't had the right promo for when the song drops, you know? Because definitely when we redid Love Letters, I produced this like really cool, like alternative version of the song Love Letters that started out as like a ballad. Now it's like this really weird alternative song. I don't know, you should check it out, but that song did so poorly when it dropped. And, you know, looking back, we probably didn't promote it hard enough, I guess. It's a really cool version of that song. It's here on YouTube too. I'll link to it in the description, but I made like this cool lyric video for it. I think it's a lyric video, or maybe it's just a record spinning for three minutes. But yeah, so you can do anything you want, like with the streaming era. Like, you know, Green Day they put out their new album Saviors last year, right? Last January, and then now they just dropped their deluxe album last month. It's the deluxe version, and it's got like acoustic versions of some of those songs. It has B-sides. It's an album that would have, you know, should have been a 25-year release. Bands are doing that now. I guess the feeling is why not? And because there's so many bands putting out music all the time, I forgot the number of songs that are uploaded every week, but something insane. So because of that, bands are having to figure out how to sort of rehash the thing they just did to get some more life into it, right? And I think it's cool. I think it's rad. Like, I know Blink-182 did that a few years ago with the California album. There's like 2 or even maybe 3 versions of that record. So you see a lot of bands doing that. And for us, you know, that I'm definitely interested in doing something like that. You know, we should have done that more with Shell Shock. Like, it might be a little late now, but you know, we talked about it. We talked about doing like a deluxe version of Shell Shock or releasing alternate versions of those songs. I just never sat down and did it, you know. And that's part of my problem is like I have so many things that I want to get to that I often neglect the things that should be done, like right now, you know. And yeah, definitely a missed opportunity. I guess it's not too late. I guess it's not, you know, we could still do that. But, you know, we're on to newer songs, new releases, and a new era has started, I feel. You know, you're lucky to get 9 months to have an album. I think like 6 months to have an album is even hard to do, unless you're like promoting the crap out of it. You have to be making videos all the time and just constantly staying on it, you know? Sorry, I like lose all my focus when people start walking around me while I'm trying to make these videos. Got a little lost in the sauce there. But yeah, a deluxe album or even just an EP of certain songs or something, I don't know. No, honestly, yeah, I think the move is to update the record with new versions of those songs, you know? And that helps push the record. Making videos, these vlogs is like journaling for me. It's like I answer my own questions. When you journal, you find that like you're not asking the right questions, and then eventually you start asking the right questions, and then you can answer them. Does that make sense? All right, now we got a ton of people coming over here. I think I'm gonna move to the gazebo. That'd be a cool place to shoot. So yeah, guys, genre doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. As I said, your fans do come to expect like a certain sound from you. And I get that. Being a guy that just like loves playing and recording everything, it's tough. But living in these modern times, it also enables me to say fuck it and just kind of do whatever. You know, do whatever you're feeling, do whatever you want. You know, when you drop that song, that might be a little different or very different from the last thing you did, and it doesn't do as well. That's all right. Where I fail is making videos for these songs. When they drop, I'm really bad. I did like a little batch for the Swim single last month, and that was it. Like once it dropped, I was done. I didn't make any more videos for it, and the song suffered. Like you can look at the graph on the streams, the daily streams. It like just goes off a cliff after the first week, and that's our fault. You know, that's me and the guys not making videos for these songs. So I think I think you could do whatever you want, and it doesn't have to be so overthought, you know, because I'm the king of overthinking. I'm also the king of wishful thinking. I'm the king of wishful thinking. That's such a great song. But yeah, I don't really get too wrapped up in it anymore. You write the song how you think it needs to be written, and so this video feels more like word vomit than anything. My morning brain isn't as sharp. Maybe I should make videos later in the day. I hope this video made sense. I hope that maybe I can put it together in post better. I hope you'll understand the point I was trying to make without me being a dead horse, I guess. But yeah, guys, don't be too concerned with the genre. You know, oh, we're a reggae rock band, so every song has to have reggae skanks in it. No, it doesn't. You're allowed to experiment and have some fun and get outside the box a little bit. If you decide that you want to do some real crazy stuff, you can either take the band in that direction, possibly alienate fans that love your old style, or just start a new project. You know, these distribution platforms are relatively cheap. You can get a starter program on Symphonic and get it's like 10% off or something, or 20, something like that, and start. And it's like $15 to start, you know, so for the year. So create multiple artists and explore the space, man. Throw in some more cowbell. Do what you gotta do. We're here to create, you know. Just get it out of your head. Get it out into the world, you know, if that's what you want to do. It's just so easy to put things up on YouTube and Spotify and all the DSPs, really. There's no reason not to explore and experiment and have fun. As I said, if it gets too weird, just start another project, start another band. It's just something for yourself. That's what I did. I have my Howi Spangler stuff, and then I have this beachside stuff. What's up?
Can you redo my cap?
Yeah.
It's like fun.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
There we go. That was a good one. Oh wow, you got everything.
Let's go.
All right. Love you.
Love you. Yeah, I have this beachside project that I haven't really done anything with. I'm trying to decide what that's gonna be. I was like, I might make this dream pop alternative or something, or I also want to write heavier stuff like popcore, dreamcore. I don't know, something like that, you know. Because I got the Ballyhoo stuff, but I just have so many ideas, and why not? So, genre doesn't matter. Have a great time. Serve your fans, serve the ones that love your band and your sound for what it is, but you got to serve yourself too. So, and however you choose to do that, there's multiple ways these days. Don't feel like pinned down or held back because it's what people expect. Just start a new band, you know, on Spotify only, you know what I mean? You don't have to tour with it. Just put music out, have fun. All right, we'll be done here in about a half hour, and I'm gonna go home and start putting a bag together and restring my guitar and stuff for Virginia Beach tomorrow. So if anybody's going to Virginia Beach, like I said, come see my set tomorrow. We got about 200 tickets sold, I think. And next week, Ballyhoo's playing in Maryland, Ocean City, Solomon's Island, and Havre de Grace. We got a sold-out show in Havre de Grace next Saturday. So grab your tickets for the tour with Sideways and Beachfly next month. Grab VIP packages. We're doing Cleveland and Texas and Florida and a bunch of spots. So hopefully we'll see you there.